Telefunken was a German radio and television apparatus company, founded in Berlin in 1903, as a joint venture of Siemens and Halske and the Allgemeine Elektricitäts-Gesellschaft. Brief overview: the name Telefunken appears in the product brand name Telefunken. Gesellschaft für 1/4 Drahtlos Telegraphy mbH, System Telefunken, founded 1903 in Berlin as a subsidiary of AEG and Siemens and Halske. Telefunken, Gesellschaft für 1/4 Drahtlos Telegraphy mbH. Telefunken GmbH in 1955. Telefunken Aktiengesellschaft in 1963. Merger of AEG and Telefunken to form Allgemeine Elektricitäts-Gesellschaft AEG Telefunken. AEG Telefunken AG. Telefunken Fernseh- und Rundfunk GmbH, Hanover. The company Telefunken USA in 2001, now Telefunken Electroacoustic. The company Telefunken Semiconductors GmbH and Company KG in Heilbronn, Germany. The company Telefunken Lighting Technologies SL. The company Telefunken USA was incorporated in early 2001 to provide restoration services and build reproductions of vintage Telefunken microphones. History. Around the start of the 20th century, two groups of German researchers worked on the development of techniques for wireless communication. The one group at AEG, led by Adolf Slaby and Georg Graf von Arco, developed systems for the Kaiserliche Marine. The other one, under Karl Ferdinand Braun, at Siemens, for the German Army. Their main competitor was the British Marconi Company. When a dispute concerning patents arose between the two companies, Kaiser Wilhelm II urged both parties to join efforts, creating Gesellschaft für 1/4 Drahtlos Telegraphy System Telefunken joint venture on May 27, 1903, with the disputed patents and techniques invested in it. On April 17, 1923, it was renamed Telefunken, the company for wireless telegraphy. Telefunken was the company's telegraph address. The first technical director of Telefunken was Count Georg von Arco. Telefunken rapidly became a major player in the radio and electronics fields, both civilian and military. During World War I, they supplied radio sets and telegraphy equipment for the military, as well as building one of the first radio navigation systems for the Zeppelin force. The Telefunken compass sender operated from 1908 to 1918, allowing the Zeppelins to navigate throughout the North Sea area in any weather. Starting in 1923, Telefunken built broadcast transmitters and radio sets. In 1928, Telefunken made history by designing the V41 amplifier for the German radio network. This was the very first two-stage, hi-fi amplifier. Over time, Telefunken perfected their designs and in 1950 the V72 amplifier was developed. The TAB V72 soon became popular with other radio stations and recording facilities. The V72S was the only type of amplifier found in the REDD-37 console used by the Beatles at Abbey Road Studios on many of their early recordings. In 1932, record players were added to the product line. In 1941, Siemens transferred its Telefunken shares to AEG as part of the agreements known as the Telefunken Settlement, and AEG thus became the sole owner and continued to lead Telefunken as a subsidiary. During the Second World War, Telefunken was a supplier of vacuum tubes, transmitters and radio relay systems, and developed radar facilities and directional finders, adding extensively to the German air defense against British-American aerial bombing. During the war, manufacturing plants were shifted to and developed in west of Germany or relocated. Thus, Telefunken, under AEG, turned into the smaller subsidiary, with the three divisions realigning and data processing technology, element as well as broadcast, television and phono. Telefunken was also the originator of the FM radio broadcast system. Telefunken, through the subsidiary company Teldec, was for many decades one of the largest German record companies, until Teldec was sold to WEA in 1988. In 1959, Telefunken established a modern semiconductor works in Heilbronn, where in April 1960 production began. The works was expanded several times, and in 1970 a new 6-story building was built at the northern edge of the area. At the beginning of the 1970s it housed approximately 2,500 employees. In 1967, Telefunken was merged with AEG, which was then renamed to AEG Telefunken. In the beginning of the 1960s, Walter Bruch developed the PAL color television system for the company, in use by most countries of the Western Hemisphere. PAL is established but is in the United Kingdom and, except France, many other European countries, also in Brazil, Argentina, South Africa, India and Australia. The mainframe computer TR-4 was developed at Telefunken in Bac Nang, and the TR-440 model was developed at Telefunken in Konstanz, including the first ball-based mouse named Rollcall in 1968. The computers were in use at many German university computing centers from the 1970s to around 1985. The development and manufacture of large computers was separated in 1974 to the Konstanz Computer Company. The production of mini in-process computers was integrated into the Automatic Control Engineering division of AEG. When AEG was bought by Daimler in 1985, Telefunken was dropped from the company name. In the 1970s and early 1980s, Telefunken was also instrumental in the development of high-quality audio noise reduction systems, including Telcom C4, HiCom, HiCom 2, HiCom 3, HiCom FM, and CX. In 2005, Telefunken Sender System Berlin changed its name to Transradio Sender System Berlin AG. The name Transradio dates back to 1918, when Transradio was founded as a subsidiary of Telefunken. A year later, in 1919, Transradio made history by introducing duplex transmission. Transradio has specialized in research, development and design of modern AM, VHF FM and ERM broadcasting systems. In August 2006, it acquired the Turkish company Profilo Telra, one of the largest European manufacturers of TV devices, with brand owner Telefunken Licenses GmbH granting a license for the Telefunken trademark rights and producing televisions under that name. In 2000, Tony Roger Fishman acquired the diamond-shaped logo and the Telefunken brand name from Telefunken Licenses for use in North America. The company Telefunken USA, 1, was incorporated in early 2001 to provide restoration services and build exact reproductions of vintage Telefunken microphones. In 2003, Telefunken USA won a TEC award for studio microphone technology for their exact reproduction of the original ELA M250/251 microphone system. Telefunken USA has since received several TEC Awards nominations for the following microphone systems: the Telefunken USA M12 or C12, the RFT M16 MKII, and the AK-47. The historic Telefunken ELA M251 microphone system entered the Mix Foundation's Hall of Fame in 2006. In 2008, Telefunken USA won a second TEC award for its new ELA M260 microphone. As a result of a conference held in Frankfurt in May 2009, Telefunken USA has been renamed Telefunken Electroacoustic Division of Telefunken and awarded the exclusive rights to manufacture a wide variety of professional audio products and vacuum tubes bearing the Telefunken trademark, in over 27 countries. Telefunken Electroacoustic now uses the Telefunken trademark for professional audio equipment and component-based electronics, such as capacitors, transformers, vacuum tubes in Asia, Europe, North America, Oceania and South America. Business fields: the old Telefunken company has produced an extensive product spectrum of devices and systems from 1903 to 1996. Common characteristics are the authority for high-frequency and communications technology and the construction unit and infrastructure technology necessary for it. Among other things, energy-saving lighting technology, analog computers, voucher recognition, pattern recognition and letter sorting, data communications networks, digital computer for exchange technique, air traffic control, scientific, military applications, electrical elements, electroacoustic plants and studio equipment, flight guidance systems, guidance and weapon deployment systems, radio and data communication for applications of military, radios for authority and operating radio, semiconductors, circuits, solar cells, infrared modules, mobile radio engineering, direction finder and detection, phono and tape decks, video disc, power tools, radar facilities for soil, flight and ship monitoring, radio and TV home receivers, vacuum tubes, radio relay link and satellite technology, records, sending and receipt tubes, traveling field tubes, color image tubes, transmitters for broadcast and television, DAB transmitters, speech recognition, telephone, long-distance traffic, cable technology. Locations and manufacturing plants. Into the 1930s years, production was made after a distributor in the workshops of the two parent companies. The company headquarters was located in Berlin-Kreuzberg, Hallisches Jahr for 30. The first commercially made electronic television sets with cathode ray tubes were manufactured by Telefunken in Berlin in 1932. Starting from 1938, manufacturing and developing plants were concentrated at the new headquarters in Berlin-Zehlendorf, Gozolli. During the Second World War, there were further manufacturing plants in the Berlin area, in Thuringia, Saxonia, Moravia, Silesia, on Ra-1/4 Gen. In addition, in Baltic countries at Tallinn and Riga, and in occupied areas of Poland at Kraków Cube W and Angstromer Cube Da, floats and works were established. The vacuum tube factory Angstromer Cube Da was shifted with the staff in August 1944 to Ulm. After the Second World War, new firm locations for development and production were established. The company headquarters was located first in Berlinische Paragraph-Neuburg, then in Berlin-Kreuzberg, Berlin-Mobit and Berlin-Charlottenburg. Production plants were located in Backnang, long-distance communications and cable technology, Berlin-Mobit, Sekindgens 20-26, broadcast and television transmitters, mobile communications, Berlin-Mobit, Sekindgens 71, tubes, Berlin-Wedding, Sudens broadcast sets, phono and tape decks, video cassette recorders, video disc players, cell, color television sets, buildings completely demolished 2001/2002, AI Weiler, high-frequency engineering, Hanover, Georgia Paragraph Tinger Chaussee 76, broadcast and television sets, acoustic engineering, Heilbronn, semiconductors, circuits, solar cells, infrared modules, Konstanz, computer technology, letter sorting systems, character recognition technology, air traffic control systems, studio tape decks, cash dispensing machines, Offenburg, long-distance communications technologies, Osterodam. Hertz, video cassette recorder, Ulm, Danube Valley, television picture tubes, Ulm, Elisabethenstrasse, radar, radiolocation, detection equipment, speech and radio data transmission systems, Research Center Ulm, Saar Paragraph Flingerstrasse, tubes, Wolfenber 1/4 TTEL, electroacoustics. Notes. References: M. Friedewald, Telefunken and the German Ship Radio 1903–1914. In Magazine for Enterprise History 46. Number 1, 2001, pages 27–57. M. Fox, George von Arco, engineer, pacifist, technical director von Telefunken. An Affinder biography. Publishing House for History of the Natural Sciences and the Technology, Berlin and Munich Diepholz, 2003. L. Anskel, Marconi vs. Telefunken, Drothlo's Telegraphy and Their Meaning for Shipping. In G. Bale, W. Weber, Social History of the Technology. Ulrich Treutster 60. Birthday. Waxman, Ma 1/4 NSTER 1997. Telefunken Transmitter Technology GmbH, 90 years Telefunken. Berlin, 1993. E. Thiel, Telefunken After 100 Years, The Inheritance of a German World Brand. Nikolai, Berlin, 2003. External links, official website, Telefunken, Telefunken Electroacoustic, formerly Telefunken USA, Transradio Sender System Berlin AG, Telefunken ID Systems, Telefunken Record Discography.